Welcome back. 16 minutes after the hour. President Trump standing by his attorney general and top officials at the FBI as the Jeffrey Epstein controversy shows no signs of easing anytime soon. The rift within the Justice Department bursting into the open late last week after AG Pam Bondi decided not to release additional records from his sex trafficking investigation into the deceased financier. The move is not sitting well with the top leadership at the FBI, and some of the president's most vocal and loyal supporters are outraged that Bondi and the president was on display this weekend at a conference of young conservatives in Florida. Take a listen.
And Pam Bondi brought me to the White House and handed me a stack of papers. And I got to tell you, folks, it was about as valuable as a bunch of blank pages. It was baloney. It was a binder of absolute baloney. And Pam, if you can't do your job, we'll find someone who will.
NewsNation's Khalil joins us live from Capitol Hill. Joe, the criticism has been far and wide over the lack of information released from these Epstein files.
And, Nick, we're also seeing a lot of action here on Capitol Hill in relation to the Epstein files. Just today, we've got another measure introduced by a Democrat, Congressman Ro Khanna. This is an amendment to another larger bill, but it would effectively mandate that within 30 days, the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, would have to release all of the Epstein files. And Ro Khanna's measure is not the only one. Congressman Mark Vesey introduced a resolution also calling on the Attorney General to release all of the files. There was also a Senate amendment to an appropriations bill by Chris Van Hollen that basically ordered the preservation of all of the files relating to Jeffrey Epstein. And by the way, that one did get a vote, and it passed in a bipartisan way unanimously. So there's a lot of support for looking into this, not giving up on finding what is in these files. And clearly, as you mentioned, the story, as much as the White House has tried to sort of say, let's turn the page on this, is not going away. In fact, it's only getting even more intense.
We know that Deputy FBI Director Dan Bonino wasn't at work Friday. Do you think there's anything more to that? And do we know if he's at the Bureau today?
Well, we have asked several sources, and officially from the FBI, they told us no comments to whether its own Deputy Director, Dan Bongino, is at work this week. It was no secret he was not there last week in protest. He was not happy with the way that the Epstein file situation was handled, clearly unhappy with the Attorney General, Pam Bondi. President Trump commented on Bongino last night. This is what he said.
Dan Bongino, very good guy. I've known him a long time. I've done his show many, many times. And he sounded terrific, actually. No, I think he's in good shape.
Now, the fact that people are upset at Pam Bondi over this, too, the White House is trying to respond in a way that says, no, all of these people are on the same page. This is a statement we got just today. President Trump has assembled an incredible team of law and order patriots committed to making America safe again and restoring the integrity of our criminal justice system. Attorney General Bondi, FBI Director Patel, and FBI Deputy Director Bongino, and the countless other heroes of our law enforcement community are dedicated to executing President Trump's agenda. Again, a lot of the ire is in the direction of Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, because, as we heard in the opening, Nick, she did promise to release all Epstein files. She was also in an interview saying that the Epstein list, this client list allegedly, was on her desk for review. She later clarified she meant all of the files and not that specific document, which now the FBI and the DOJ say does not actually exist. It was that statement that really set off a lot of the furor around this, and it has persisted. And so far, again, for this White House, it has not gone away, as you've got Democrats, Republicans, and especially that MAGA base continuing to ask questions and demand the release of more files, not satisfied with what they've seen so far.
But Mr. Trump making it clear that Ms. Bondi still has his full support. Joe Khalil in Washington. Joe, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.